we're One More Weekend. And
what's your name?
You could, introduce.
Oh, I'm Grant. I play guitar.
I'm Connor. I sing and play guitar.
I'm Jeff. I play drums.
I'm Steve. I play bass.
Where do you guys like draw your inspiration from, and like who do you consider your biggest influences?
You want to take this one?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I think for us, I think the biggest inspiration is really just like bands that really we see like just doing what they love and like really that actually like care about what they're doing and like care about their fans, because that's what we want to try and, you know, the message we want to try and spread is like we just want to make friends and have fun. So any band that's doing that successfully is kind of an inspiration, I guess.
What other bands would you like compare your sound to for people that haven't heard you guys before?
I'd say we sound like the Stars, Highlight of the Night. We sound pretty similar to them. And maybe like fans of All Time Low, Rockets to the Moon, that kind of stuff. You know, We're the In Crowd, that kind of stuff.
How did you guys come together? I know that there's been a lot of musical history with all of you guys.
All right, well, first it was me, Grant, and this other drummer named Jake. And then he quit because he got really busy with marching band and stuff. So then we got another drummer named Dylan, and then he quit. So then we found Jeff. And then Steve's kind of been playing bass with us off and on as he's been free, but now he's a permanent member, so now it's just the four of us right now.
Are you guys all from Connecticut?
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
So
obviously we're from Brookfield, you know us,
Yeah.
and then Newtown and Danbury.
Yeah,
repping,
so we're all around this, you know, greater
So-
Danbury area.
I mean, you guys know the music scene or whatever there is of a music scene around here.
Yeah.
Do you guys like it, or is there something in particular that you like or don't like, or?
Yeah, I mean, if you talk to AJ later, he can definitely tell you a lot about this. But I mean, we were talking like last night. Even I think around here, a lot of the problem is like people don't like want to go out. You know, people don't want to go out and see a concert. You know, people want to, I don't know, watch it on YouTube or something. You know.
Oh, yeah, and definitely, I think a lot of people who do go to concerts, they'll just go to see the band they want it, or they bought a ticket from, and they want to go see, and they'll just like skip out the other local bands and stuff, which is really hard to like get the scene to like thrive, because like if you don't meet new bands or learn about new bands or anything, like, you know, really what else is there? Just like the two bands that you like, and then, you know, everyone else is like not making any money or like not, you know, being able to play shows or anything. So yeah, I think music scene in Connecticut and around the country as well, they should just like, you know, embrace local bands and just try to like support those guys, because like they're the people who make the music scene thrive, not like the bands who are already popular, you know.
So if you could change like one thing in particular, like would that be it, or?
Yeah,
like,
just get people more like get people more like motivated about coming to shows and stuff. Actually, be like more like into seeing bands and stuff, because I feel like it's like a lot of different, you know, artists that come around recently. They'll stick with like the radio people, like the top 40 kind of stuff, and they'll listen to like one like halfway decent local band, and then they just won't like pay attention to anything else. They won't like bother looking at pages or anything like that. So yeah, like definitely like, you know, get more interested in other bands and like, you know, just give other music a chance. Seriously.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is like even with like this tour we're doing right now, like all of us, we know, like we said, we all kind of we play the same kind of music, you know. So if you like Highlight of the Night, you know, like there's
like a 97% chance
you know,
us. You
I mean,
seriously.
I mean, obviously we're not as established, but you know, I mean, that's why that's going off. People were saying like people only see one band, you know, and the rest of the bands actually probably like just as much.
you guys have had the opportunity to open for some pretty bigger names, right?
Yeah.
How do you like get the crowd into your set when you're opening for like maybe a bigger name that, like you were saying before, maybe came for them or someone else?
Well, me personally, I like to try and go around, like if people are like around before the show, we'll try like, you know, introduce ourselves, that kind of stuff, you know, maybe like, you know, like maybe we're not playing like the first band, like we'll like go around and like talk like, oh, stick around for our set or something like that, you know, just get like at least make it known that we're playing, you know.
In your opinions, and I want answers from all of you because you guys have been quiet, what do you think is the best way, besides going to shows like you guys had already mentioned, what do you think is the best way for people to support local music?
Yeah, Steve, you start.
I guess just supporting it. I mean, yeah, going to shows is one really big deal, but you know, you kind of gotta. I guess you gotta get into it. Not like you can go to a show and not be into it. You know, that's not really supporting. That's kind of just being there.
Further, you know?
Yeah, you know. So I guess kind of just, you know, reaching out a little bit to the band, saying good job, something like that. Just supporting. You know,
we have links
getting into it.
I don't know.
No, here you go.
You know, like we have even like going the step for like we all have links to our personal Facebook pages and stuff, like add us, you know, like we want to talk to you, we want to get to know you, and we want to know that, you know, we want to, you know, so going the step further is always a good thing. Jeff?
Well, I think the thing for me is I used to do promotion and booking in this area when I was a lot younger than I am now, and I noticed the one thing was that a lot of people would like they said, come for the band, the band that was headlining or whatever, and then they leave. But I think you got to give a lot of bands another chance, because they might not be what you're into, or might not be tight, or might not have great instruments or whatever. But the thing is, one day you say to yourself, well, I don't want to see them. Then the next day you're seeing them on tour, and they're getting signed, and then you're just like, wow, I really wish I would have listened to them before. I think it's all about just being friends, like all just getting together and being friends, and and recognizing people, familiar faces. So.
Yeah, like it's really a community. That's what a music scene should be. Like you'd all be friends, like people like I remember like a few years ago, like back when like Show Me the Skyline, Weather Star were around, like you see the same people at those shows, like they just play shows all the time, like at the Space and here, like but like after like maybe like 2010, it kind of just went downhill. Like seriously, like, people don't play shows anymore. Like a lot of bands broke up. So it's tough right now.
As a band, what has been like the biggest tool that you've used to promote your music? Like, has it been going to shows, like other shows to promote, or online, or?
Yeah, definitely Facebook is the biggest one, because like everyone has a Facebook now, and we're starting to use Twitter now because that's getting more popular like in our area and stuff. Everyone has Twitter at our school now, so so we're using like online networking definitely. Actually, a funny story today. We were trying to promote. We were, obviously we were on tour the past few days, and we were driving the highway and like on normal back roads and stuff. We see people with their windows down. We pull up next to them, like, "Hey, we're on tour!" And we went on the highway. We were in traffic, and we didn't get to do it because we couldn't time it right. But there were people with their windows down, and it was like dead stop traffic. We were gonna throw CDs in people's cars, like, "Hey, listen to our band,"
This is my last question for you guys. If you could only listen to one band for the rest of your life, who would you listen to?
No, you're not gonna ask me that. I have too many bands that I like. Oh wow! Someone else go first. I have no idea.
I would listen to One Direction for the rest of my life.
Search the City. Actually, definitely Search the City. So, I don't know if you guys made up your minds yet or not. Yeah.
Personally, I'd probably the Toasters, ska. They've been around for 30 years. I'm gonna see them for like my 5th or 6th time in June. So probably the Toasters. Yeah.
My serious answer is probably yeah. I hate One Direction. Sorry, sorry we lost some fans there, but yeah. And I would probably listen to like John Mayer or U2 or something like that, because those bands are just really good. They just like always put out good. Yeah, they always put out good music. Like like, I love like some pop punk bands, but like they either like they're really good or they're really bad. I'll kind of get sick of them sometimes. But like those like really good bands that have been around for like a ton of years, like they're like have like maintained their like good status.
Yeah,
so like I would definitely listen to them forever.
U2 doesn't have a bad song, so
Yeah. So
I decided on John Mayer. I mean, that guy. I honestly don't think he has made a bad record yet. You could put on any of his CDs and I'd be just listening to it over and over again. I think he's awesome, so I'd have to go with him. Maybe Coldplay's good. That's another one of those. Everything's perfect. Coldplay or John Mayer, I don't know.
They're perfect.
Yeah, they are perfect.
That's all I got.
All right.
So for anyone watching, go follow them, check them out. One more weekend. There will be links and stuff in the description, and follow me because you're on my blog if you're watching this.